attention. So we are actually absolutely recording. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to all you guys that are on the replay. We're sorry we missed you, but we're glad you're here. We're going to talk today about the megaphones of your brand, the message that you're sending. And this came up from this topic came up from someone that reached out to me on Friday. And this is going to be my quote of the day. I'm going to read this to you. This is an email that I got from someone on Friday, and I had already planned out my content for today. And after I got this email from somebody, I'm like, that's my subject for Monday. We're going to talk about that. So this email came to me, and I'm just going to read this, and then I'll tell you who this is. So the email says, over the past several weeks, you have shown me everything I need to know about you as a person and as a coach. I've been following you fairly quietly on Periscope for 2 years. We have never personally connected, but I have been watching you. I've been looking for my coach for a long time while positioning myself to be able to invest. You have proven yourself leaps and bounds beyond your competition, especially in this unique season. I'm ready to get started. When can we talk? And I messaged her, got her on the phone within 30 minutes, and she's a new client of mine. And so I read this message, and I'm like, this is so important. Especially, I've been talking about this a little bit over the past few weeks, but it's so important to be aware of how we are presenting ourselves all the time, but especially through this season, because I've said this a couple times already, that there's more eyes and ears right now on social media than there has ever been, because people have so much time right now. And so there's more people watching, but then even more so, I think in this season, people are looking for you to really show them who you are. And so every action that we take, everything we do, everything we're doing and not doing is forming our brand identity, and it's telling people everything that we need to know about us. And I think people are really, really looking for right now. They're trying to determine who are the ones are for real, who are the ones that are serious. Because I think this whole unique season that we're going through has shaken the nest a little bit. Y'all agree with that? I think it's shaken the nest a little bit. I think some people have been exposed that they were trying to put on a little show, and then their show got rattled. And I think it's exposed a lot. I think it's exposed people's character. I think it's exposed people's plans. I think it's exposed people's shortcomings, and I think it's just exposed a lot. So I think a lot of people are still spending money, y'all. I think they're just really being real careful about where they're spending it and who they're spending it with. And so it's so important to really think about the message that we're sending every single day through our actions, through our words, through the things that we post and share. So that's what I'm calling the megaphones of our business. I'm going to read this again for those guys that just came up late, and then we're gonna start in. So the quote of my day today is a message that I actually received on Friday, and this person emailed me and said, over the past several weeks, you have shown me everything that I need to know about you as a person and as a coach. I have been following you fairly quietly on Periscope for 2 years. We have never personally connected, but I have been watching. I've been looking for my coach while positioning myself to be able to invest. You have proven yourself leaps and bounds beyond your competition, especially in this unique season. I'm ready to get started. When can we talk? And that's a newly acquired JCPRO client, which I'm very excited about. So the megaphones of your brand, I'm going to give you 6 of these this morning. And I think there's 6 megaphones. And when I refer to these as megaphones, it's basically the way I kind of look at this, and the way the reason why I decided to label them as the megaphones of our brands is I think these are the ways these are the ways that we're providing nonverbal communication. We are demonstrating and communicating through just who we are and what we are and how we present ourselves. This is the ways that you are telling people things without telling people things, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give you 6 things that I think we're doing that are nonverbal communication, and what each of these 6 things demonstrates in our lives. This is going to be a little thick, and I'm going to knock some of you right out of your chair this morning, I think. But that's okay, because I think we need that sometimes. Number 1, your first megaphone is your consistency. Your consistency is very simple. Are you doing what you said you were going to do? And are you showing up when you said you were going to showing up? Are you showing up for a season and then falling off? Are you hot one day and cold another? or are you all in all the time and demonstrating to people that you are really serious? Your consistency demonstrates your discipline. I think when people want to hire somebody, I think they want to hire somebody who has discipline. You'll agree with that? I'd be nervous about hiring somebody or paying anybody any kind of money to help me if I felt that they lacked discipline in their own life. I think that's a character quality of a business owner. Doesn't mean that we all have issues with discipline in some area, and there's always areas that we can work on. But in general, you really, really got to prove to people that you can be disciplined in your craft, and that you can be consistent with the things that you put out there. So consistency is number one. Number two is your quality. The quality of what you do. I think more important than ever, I've been talking about this for the past several weeks and talking about one of the things that I'm really, really trying to do myself right now is just to really ramp up the level of free that I do. Really, it's just how much value I provide. I'm really just trying to be tremendously valuable, tremendously helpful, because I think there's so many people that just need that right now. So I really just want to be a source for people right now. So, I've gotten so much feedback from that app that I launched last week. And, I get feedback from all you who are my clients, because you guys just know how I am. And it is no surprise to you that I launched an app last week, but I got a lot of feedback from people that are not my clients that are like, with all the things going on, with all the challenges that you're probably facing in your world, I can't believe you had time to build an app right now. And it's like I think people just expect everyone just to kind of withdraw and slow down and wait. I think people expect people to wait right now. Do you guys kind of feel that? Like, oh, let's just kind of hold on. Let's kind of pull back. Let's kind of wait. And I'm like, no, man, this is the time to step up when everybody else is waiting. And one of the things that this client that reached out to me Friday said to me that really stood out to me, she says, you have proven yourself leaps and bounds beyond your competitors, especially in this unique season. And when I talked to her, she's like, hey, while I see all these people spending all their time just talking about the lockdown, talking about challenges, kind of making their content bland, that you're still teaching and you're still challenging us and you're still providing us resources and you're giving. And I'm like, well, that's just who I am. That's just what I do. So I think the quality of what you do, and this is the time to really show people that it's really the time to show people your value. And I think this is important too, because I get this question a lot. People ask me, how do I know how much is too much to give? When do I cross the line between free and fee? And what I want you to understand about the content and the information that you share, everything that you share online, the videos you do, the podcasts that you do, the challenges that you run, all those things, all that value is about positioning. It's all about positioning, because people will take and take your free. You can give away all the best stuff that you have. You can give it all away for free. People will go through all of it and they'll still reach out to you and they'll ask to hire you to help them implement it, because that's what most people pay for. They pay for implementation, because knowledge, there's so much information available for free. Like if you want to learn something and you have no intention of paying for it, you can find that information, right? I mean, you can, between Google, between YouTube, with all the people, all the free information. I mean, every single one of us, myself included, there's things that every single one of us sell that somebody else out there is doing for free. It's just, I found it myself with the numerous things that I teach. A lot of the things that I try to sell, there's people out there doing it for free. So people aren't paying just for information. People are paying for the person who's going to help them apply the information. So I say that to tell you, don't be afraid of just being tremendously valuable right now, because that value is not going to restrict people from buying you. Even on the flip side, people are going to see that value and be like, wow, that's so good. That was so helpful. That was so impactful. Imagine how helpful it would be if I had Heather help me apply that. If I had Maggie help me apply that. So your quality right now demonstrates your commitment to your business. That's the way I look at it. Good morning, Jackie, and not a problem. Good morning, Jowers family. Your quality demonstrates your commitment. I think there's a lot of people right now that are going through the motions. I see that for a lot of people. Y'all see that? Where they're kind of just doing average. They're kind of doing just enough. They're doing a post just to say they did a post. They're just repurposing old stuff and not putting any new spin on it. Now is the time to really, really show up and show people that you are committed to your craft and you're committed to really helping them. That's number 2 is your quality. Number 3 is your attitude. Your overall attitude and perspective of things. I think your attitude demonstrates your character. And I think we've seen a lot of ugly. I've seen a lot of, I mean, I've unfriended a lot of people in the past few weeks. Have y'all done this? Like, man, some people that I really had a good opinion of, I'm like, wow, really? Like, I had such a better perspective of you. I had such a better opinion of you. I really didn't think that you would stoop to that level. So I think your attitude demonstrates your character. I think the way you present yourself and the attitude that you choose every day, because this is a choice, right? We all know this. You wake up in the morning, you choose your attitude for the day. You choose how you're going to approach that day. You choose how you're gonna work through the unique challenges that you're facing. We choose. I love that Keith did a broadcast about attitude. I love it. So your attitude is absolutely a choice, and I think your attitude reveals what's on the inside. That's your fruit, right? It's the fruit of who you are, and I think we can see that a lot through people. And I think if people are I think everybody else is seeing what we're seeing. They're seeing there's just so much ugly. There's so much negativity. There's so much garbage going on. I know a number of people that have just completely cut off of Facebook right now. I know people that have like deactivated their Facebook accounts, and they're like, I'm not turning my Facebook account back on until the coronavirus is over, because I'm so sick of seeing everything about Trump and the deaths and the news and the stats, and then everybody complaining about the lockdowns. And like, that's all I see. I go through my feed and there's nothing valuable there. It's just garbage. I know people are just completely cutting off the social media altogether. And so it's like, it's so important to recognize for ourselves that we have got to be that unique voice. We got to be that differentiator amongst all that. Okay. I love that, Keith. Thank you for posting that, buddy. So that's number 3 is your attitude. Number 4, good morning, Victoria. It's nice to see you, buddy. Number 4 is your energy. I think your energy is different than your attitude. I talked about, I think it was, I don't remember what day it was. One of my broadcasts last week, I think it was Thursday. One of the days last week, I talked about how to become magnetic in your business, how to have people constantly come to you. And one of the things I talked about is being a fuel source, and being a fuel source for your audience. Isn't that a good way to look at it? Like, do you fuel your people? Like, I want to be the pit stop in the morning. I want to be known as the person, right? That when people are like, man, I need to get pumped up. I have got to go listen to a Justin video. I need to be inspired this morning. I need to get on and listen to Justin's live, right? I think of all of you guys and all of your different talents and all of your different skills and the way you teach and the audience that you have. Like, look at all these faces. Every one of us is so different, but we all have our own unique giftings and abilities. And I have seen every one of you at your best. And when you're at your best, you're so good. So how do you leverage that and really be that fuel source, going back to number 1 consistently? Like, I've had some bad days in the past couple of weeks, and you can you guys know me well enough, because I usually get messages. Usually I get messages where I can tell your spirit's heavy this morning, praying for you. Like, you can tell with me when I'm having a bad day, because you can just feel it in me. But I'm still like, even when I've got pressure or I've got stuff going on, I show up on time. I bring great value, and I do my very, very best to give you my very best, no matter what is going on in my world. And people that don't know me on a very personal level don't have a clue that there's something going on with me. So it's very, very important. I think your energy, number 4, demonstrates your personality. I think you don't want to allow the challenges and the pressure and all the things, like just all the things that are going on. Don't allow that to suffocate your personality, because your personality is fuel to people, and people are looking for that pick me up. Y'all agree with that? Like, people just really looking for, come on, Come on, Justin, give me something. Like, imagine you're having just that worst day. You wake up, like, your Sunday sucked, or you didn't sleep well last night, or you got some bad news this morning. You're like, I want to get on. I just want to connect to Justin this morning. I want to get picked up. And you get on this morning, and I'm like, hey, guys. So let me just give this stuff to you real quick so you guys can be thinking about this. So I want you to think about your consistency, your quality, your attitude, your energy. Those things are all really important. So I got to go. Like, have a great day. If I'm just, you'd be like, what? That's not what I paid for. Where's Justin? Somebody go get him out of bed. Like, bring him in here, right? I think if you show people your best, I think they get used to expecting that. And I think they look for that, right? So I love that, Celia. Thank you. I want you to, that's my mission. I want you to get you think differently, acting differently, believing differently if you had not otherwise had this conversation. So just be thinking about how you're presenting yourself with your energy, your attitude, quality, consistency. Your last two, number 5 and 6. Number 5 is your creativity. How creative are you? How are you able to pivot? How are you able to leverage, come up with new ideas? Your creativity demonstrates your ability, I think. And this is where, despite what we're going through, I think you can show people your unique ability by being real creative and coming up with fresh new ideas. I've said this too. I can't remember when I said. I think I said this when I took a walk through my neighborhood a few weeks ago, and just it was at the very beginning of the season. I took a walk through my neighborhood, and I was talking about perhaps this whole coronavirus season is going to be an opportunity to create some new in your life, some new moments, some new seasons, some new changes. And one of the things that I talked about was, now is not the time to do the same old. Like, this is really the time to shift some things. And in a lot of cases, what we're going through is forcing people to change. You kind of have to, because what you were doing wasn't working. But this is I've heard the words new normal so many times. I'm about ready to gag on them. Right? This is our new normal, and when we come out of this, it's going to be the new normal. I'm like, okay, we get it. But it is true. I mean, at whatever point in time we all pass through this, it's not just going to be a blink. It's over. Let's all go back to normal. People are going to be afraid of hugging people. People are going to be afraid to go to a sporting event that's a stadium full of people. People are going to be, doesn't matter. This is going to be a year from now even. Like, I'm thinking like Super Bowl and stuff like that. I'm like, I wonder if the stands will be full. I wonder if how long it'll take to fill churches back up to capacity. Like, I wonder how long it'll be until you feel comfortable shaking someone's hand again. This is going to be an adjustment period. It's going to be different, and it's just changed so much about the way people think and the way they act. Celia, I'm a hugger too, right? I'm totally a hugger. But it's just different, right? So from that perspective, it's very important for all of us to get real creative and figure out, how can I show people that I am adjusting, that I am still creating, that I'm still doing some things new, and give people something to be inspired by. Your creativity demonstrates your ability. This is where you want to dig into your bag of tricks and show some people things that they haven't seen before, and just be helpful. Just be super helpful. Okay. Your last one, number 6, is your resolve. These are the megaphones of your business. Number 6 is your resolve. Your resolve demonstrates your longevity. Like, we all got stuff. We all get bad days. We all have unique challenges. But I think one of the things that, well, I know this is true. I've been complimented on this numerous times over the past several years. Is this is not the first challenging season that's happened in the past several years, right? They've been through a lot of stuff over the years. And I have had so many people say to me, Justin, I'm comfortable hiring you because I know you're going to be around. You've stood the test of time. When other people have fallen off, you're here. And people are nervous about that, especially with an online business owner. People are like, all right, I can see your value. I believe that you could help me. But if I make this investment in you, will you still be here a year from now? I actually have somebody that hired me. Let me think. This is 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, a brand new client. She was referred to me by one of my current clients. She doesn't follow my live content. She was just referred to me. We had a conversation, talked about her business. So she hasn't seen me and how I've been around for years and years and years and everything that I do every day. She just simply reached out to me as a referral. And I talked to her on the phone and talked to her husband. And their biggest question was, okay, so if we make this investment in you, can we count on you to be here? Like, can we count on you to follow through? How is your business doing with the coronavirus stuff? And I love the question. It was actually such a fair question. But I love the fact that they brought that up because I'm like, this is so real. This is such a real thing with people right now. People are really wondering who they spend their money with. And they're wondering if they make an investment, are you still going to be around? So your resolve is not this. I think I compare this different. Consistency is discipline, but resolve is I choose to show up for my business every single day because that's the commitment that I have to this thing. And this is not just a hobby. This is not just a little side hustle that I'm playing around with. This is my business. This is my brand. This is a commitment that I have to my brand. And that demonstrates your longevity. That shows people that if you can show people that you can show up, show out, and give them everything that you've got throughout this season, they're going to have no question about your ability when you come off the backside of it, right? And I think people are looking for that. I think people are looking for leaders who are really going to give them their best right now. So 6 things: your consistency, your quality, your attitude, your energy, your creativity, and your resolve. Those are the unspoken megaphones of your business. I'm curious, because I got a lot of brilliant minds in here. Can anybody else think of any others? I was thinking about anything else that might be super important to consider. Anybody else got any other ideas on this? Tammy, go ahead.
Positivity.
I love that.
I feel like it's so important in this time. I know you touched on it.
Yeah, I think it is super important, and it really goes right along with your attitude. It's just how you choose to engage and how you choose to present yourself every single day.
I did a curiosity post or an attraction post yesterday, and it was very simple, one-liner, and it blew up. It kept me so busy all night. I was getting 1 comment a minute for the first 2 hours.
Wow.
And all it said was, "What made you smile today?" Mm-hmm. And somebody just said, "I absolutely love this post." And I said, I actually asked myself, what did I miss? And she goes, "No, that you actually care enough to know what made people happy." And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
Nailed, because I was doing it to engage.
Yep.
But seriously, I got so much joy out of commenting on all of the things that made them smile. So it's
That's
positivity.
Awesome. Yeah, I think people are just really sick of the negative. I know I am. I'm just over it. I'm so over the nasty, the negativity. I'm over hearing the complaining, people complaining about stuff. I'm like, do something. Every one of us. The thing is, there's also never been a time in the world where all of us are in the same boat. Like, we all got the same challenges, right? So all of us are being affected on different levels depending on our unique circumstances. But for the most part, everybody's in the same boat. Like, we're all in this together. So it's just I just think it's so important. It's so important to recognize how we are presenting and portraying ourselves, because there's people watching. They're paying attention to you, and how you present yourself can absolutely make or break the difference between whether they reach out to you and hire you, or whether it's like, oh, that's about how I figured they would be. It's very, very important. All right. I am going to leave you with that for today, guys. I am downloading this thing, and I will, as soon as the download is done, I'll have it posted on my app along with all of the notes. So you guys should be able to get that within about the next 30 minutes. I'll have that there for you. All right. So get about your day. I posted a brand new daily declaration today. Also, by the way, my apologies last week. I've gotten out of the rhythm of daily declarations. I posted one on Monday and forgot the rest of them all week long. So you only got one last week. I will be better this week because I've got it plugged back into my brain. So you'll have daily declarations every single day. I'll have this posted up for you, and you guys all have a spectacular day. All right. Love seeing all your faces. Be safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.